Welcome back to another Edgewonk review. This is another journal that was sent in to us from one of our Edgewonk users, and I'm here once again with Moritz, my co-founder with Edgewonk. Hello, Moritz.
Hello.
So we're going to take a look at the journal, see how this trader is doing, maybe help him find some flaws, help him maybe get some new impulses. So looking
Sounds
at
good.
this, looks quite solid. Average P&L is very profitable. The net return is also profitable. The win rate is below 50%, but giving the reward to risk ratio and the average P&L, that doesn't matter too much. Profit
Very
factor is
solid.
something that you always like to take a look at, right?
Yeah, and in this case also the Edgewonk score is really good. Nice.
Yes, really profitable trader. 6% ROI roughly, only a 2% drawdown. So let's dig into his performance. Should we go to the equity graph first to see what's up? So I talked to this trader briefly, and what he said that he is taking small wins, small losses, and he's waiting for that big win that is coming around, and he's looking for those high reward to risk ratio trades every now and then. That's why his performance looks like that. A lot of break even or a long break even period, but he pushed through this, which is good. Not a lot of traders are able to do this, but he seems to be in a very good spot.
Yeah, and then recently he hit a really nice five trades winning streak, and that boosted his performance a lot. So well done. You know, patience pays
Totally.
off as always.
Yeah, it's not easy to pull it off, but looks really good.
Yeah.
Take a look at his setup so we know what he's trading, and then, or maybe let's take a look at holding time so we can get a better idea. What's approach? So his average holding time is quite long actually. On his winners, 255 hours. So it's not a day trader like I suspected. He's holding his winning trades 4 times as long as his losers, which is interesting. Yeah.
Okay,
So
seems to be more of a swing trader then.
Yes.
Then he's taking a lot of trades for a swing trader. Over what dates are the trades taken?
Take a look at the calendar. So February, January. So it starts on January and February. So yeah, 2 trades per day.
Wow, okay.
What is he trading market-wise?
A lot of trades at the same time. He trades everything. Wow.
Yes. With indices, stocks, commodities, crypto, Forex, pretty much, yeah, all markets. Interesting, yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Setup. So he's trading, this is super interesting. He's trading like the old school price patterns, rectangles, flags, triangles, bottoms, cup and handles.
Yeah, it seems there's still quite some edge in these patterns. I mean, I personally know a trader who trades these patterns for a hedge fund successfully for many, many years. So, old doesn't always mean unsuccessful or boring. This seems to work pretty well. That's nice.
Yeah, when you go on social media, a lot of people always talk down on those old school classic price action patterns, and a lot of traders believe that those old patterns that have been around for decades don't work, but it's about how you actually apply it. And as we can see, this is clearly, it's still a very viable approach. So that's quite interesting. Good. The head and shoulder failure has a decent sample size. Of course, 7 trades is not really a lot, but I think it's a little bit early to tell. If he just gets 2 of his big winners that he's aiming for, this could look completely different. So I would not say at this point there's a setup that he should stop trading.
Agree.
We can take a look. Yeah, he has some charts.
Okay.
So it's really clean price action.
What are the time frames he's using? Daily charts.
So daily chart. Those are all dailies. Yeah, seems like it. So trading classic price patterns on the daily chart.
I love it.
Super. Yes, love to see those. Well, not sure if you can call it old school, but it's really nice to see those priced action charts.
Fake breakouts. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's really nice.
For this style to be profitable, I would say his trade management has to be really good. So let's take a look at that next, I would say.
One thing, because it's hard to say based on the screenshot, one thing that's always nice to see in the chart book is when you mark your entry and your exit, or maybe even have two distinct charts, one for the entry and one for the exit. I think that would
Yes.
really help also for the future if you want to test slight variations for your strategy. Yeah, I think like that. Here he has done it. It seems like it.
Yeah, what I typically recommend is definitely entry, of course, then exit. And then also what I like to do is to take another screenshot after some time has passed to see how my exit is actually performing. So those three screenshots are really vital, I think.
Yes, totally. Yeah, it's also something that we recommend in this Edgewonk course. At least one at the entry, one at the, okay, that's the entry level. Seems like that here. But yeah, like this in this case, you have the entry, you have the exit, and then sometime after. This is a really good approach. All right, let's move on to the trade management. So he's really outperforming his potential performance.
Yes, that was my suspicion. Yeah, you have to be, because with the classical price action patterns, you are gonna have a lot of breakouts that fail. So you have to be really good at managing your trades, and this trader is doing exactly that. So yeah, fantastic. Well
Yeah,
done.
nothing to complain here at all. Risk distribution also looks really good. Especially the losses, you want to see that the losses are clustered together without outliers on the left. That's good. Yeah, you have two larger winners. The average winner is 0.5%, and those are like 4 times and 3 times the size of an average winner. Yeah, that's good.
I'm guessing this trader takes quite small position size because he's in so many positions at the same time. And then if you trade 1% per trade, for example, you might be in a 10% drawdown suddenly out of nowhere, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So really good risk management as well here.
Yeah, when we look here at the largest bars, they go up maximum 0.5%. So
Yeah,
yes, someone here has his average position size.
pretty good.
Makes total sense. So we looked, or I briefly looked, Morris has not seen this journal. I looked briefly through this journal. And what I found is that he is not making use of the entry, exit, and trade management comments. So those are all quite empty. And also he does not use custom statistics. And those are things that I think could really help this trader when it comes to fine-tuning his approach, because his management is on point. There's not a lot that he can, just by looking at the graph, optimize. He could maybe look at alternative strategies later to see if he can shoot for even more reward to risk ratio, or set targets differently, or trail the stop differently. But custom stats, I think, would really make a lot of sense for this trader.
Okay. Yeah. For example, how the pattern broke out, how it set up, maybe how many days it took to set up, stuff like that. All of it is really interesting if you want to improve your performance, how price went into the pattern, for example, if you're in an uptrend, downtrend, market condition. I'm pretty sure you can find more edge if you go really detailed here into the custom stats.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well. Maybe even, I'm not sure if he does use a higher time frame approach, but seeing what the weekly or the monthly chart looks like, in which state it is, could also be quite interesting here.
Totally is.
And you don't have to overload yourself. Just tagging 2 or 3 custom stats in the beginning would already probably help this trader out quite a bit, and could give him new ideas and have him set new impulses.
I mean, he already has quite a few trades in the database. So, on a weekend, on Sunday afternoon, sit down and tag your old trades with a couple of custom stats that you can think of, and see whether you can find any correlation between those stats and your edge. And it's always fun. It's like digging for gold.
That's true. He has some notes reduced overall portfolio risk. Trade stored longer than I liked, so I closed. So those are also things that you could put into a custom stat or a trade comment, because then later you get some interesting data points. Putting it in a note is already quite good, but if you then can quantify your trading decisions, that would also be really, really interesting. Yeah. When you do take partial profits, what are reasons for your exits? That would be really interesting. I briefly skimmed through the journal and noticed in the exit analysis, whenever you see that the red bar is on top of the green bar, there is an issue here, and it's usually quite easy to find it out. So when we click on this trade, it's a long trade. The entry is at 75.28. So, and the most common reasons for why you see this issue in your data is if traders trail their stop loss above break even. If you import your trade from the brokers, typically 90% of the brokers will provide the last recorded stop loss. So sometimes you might have a stop loss if you import your trades that is above the entry, and that will skew the reward to risk ratio. In this case, it's fine. So it must be something different. The other then issue that, or the potential source, is when we go to the advanced data and we look at the highest and the lowest price. And here you can see the lowest price is at 76. The entry is at 75.28. So the highest price is above the entry price. Of course, sometimes it might happen with gap or something or spread, but what you should do, you should not record your lowest price above the entry. At least put the lowest price as your entry. That way you will not skew your data, because now you can see this is totally skewing the data. Finding those bars is super easy, and then it's either the stop loss or the highest lowest price. It's 99% of the time that's the reason why you see those issues. Here for this trade, you have your entry at 2006. Yeah, and the lowest price is again a little bit higher. Yeah, so the lowest price is 2089. So that's also something to easily correct, and then your data will just be more accurate, and all the data points that you will get out of it, you can interpret them with confidence and know that they are correct.
Super interesting journal. I mean, yeah, this guy is profitable. He's doing really good on his trade management. The only advice we can give him here is to be more detailed about your trade journaling so you can find even more edge. That's it.
Totally. And yeah, with 5 to 8, 9 trades a week, getting a few additional data points doesn't take a lot of time, but the value that you can extract theoretically could be quite huge.
Yes.
Let's take a look. Okay, he doesn't have any notes. He doesn't have any sessions. So maybe a quick recap would be interesting as well for that trader. But other than that, I think it's a beautiful journal. Of course, the performance speaks for itself. It's a good example of how you can start journaling. If you import your trades like that, it doesn't take long to keep up, to maintain such a journal. You import your trades, you add 2 screenshots, and then you already get a lot of data points out of it. He's adding highest and lowest prices, which is good, but just maybe spending 2 or 3 more minutes per trade could potentially help him quite a bit.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and there's not much to say about this journal. What I would really be interested in to take a look at this journal in another 2 months to see how he's doing, if he's implementing some of the custom stats or maybe utilizing the trade comments. That would be really helpful as well, and would be super interesting to follow this trader along his journey. Any final tips for this trader, or what are your thoughts?
No, I really think, you just really need to go more into detail, because yes, you do have an edge, which is fantastic, but it's never enough, and you always want to adapt to changing markets as well, etc. So I'm super processed and detailed about my own journaling. And there's so much potential in Edgewonk if you use the custom stats and the alt strats and the sessions, etc., to extract even more money from the markets. And it doesn't take that much more effort. As you said, 2 or 3 more minutes per trade. That's all it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think we can leave it at that. I hope this also gives some other traders and other Edgewonk users some ideas on how to use their journal. Again, if you want us to review your journal, go to edgewonk.com/review. If you log in into your Edgewonk and you see this button here at the top right, your trading journal qualifies for a review. Just click on it. You will be taken to our site where you can submit your review request. And then we will take a look at your journal in one of the next videos. Thank you, Moritz, for being here. And thank you for this trader to submitting it.